Gorgeous Gamer here, bringing you part 3 of Basics of Nutrition Food Journaling. Today we're finishing the chapter of this series with how to set up your macros, when to alter your macros, and some tips, tricks to find the healthy balance between nutrition and living your life. How do you get your macros? Well, obviously all the apps have a default setting based off entering your weight, your age, your height, your sex. However, they're really not that accurate, and they definitely aren't going to be tailored 100% towards you. And like we've talked about in the past, the more accurate you are, the more likely you are to progress with your goals. So I've gone ahead and linked 2 of my favorite macro calculators below. One is more basic and the other is more advanced. This is really the first step you need once you've gone ahead and downloaded the app for journaling. A macro calculator is going to take all the stats I mentioned, but then ask other important details about your lifestyle, such as do you work a sedentary job or manual labor? Do you work out? And if so, how many times a week? Do yourself a favor. Don't lie or cheat or trick yourself into putting in a higher number than what you actually do. If you go for a walk 3 times a week, that's great, but that isn't working out 3 times a week. If you work out 2 times a week, but every once in a while throw in a third, then put 2, not 3. Being as accurate as we can, just like our measurements, means that we're going to get faster results. Once you log these numbers, you're going to be given your BMR, which is basically how many calories you burn a day just by being alive. And then, depending on what you're aiming for, maintenance, bulking, or cutting, your TDEE. This is just an adjustment of your BMR based off of those numbers of your lifestyle and workouts. Once we get these numbers, we have to decide what our goals are. As said, cutting, bulking, maintenance, or recomp. Now, recomp is an advanced style of macroing, and we'll cover that in another video because it's for very specific categories of people. However, the other 3 are pretty much self-explanatory. Cutting just simply means weight loss, bulking means gaining muscle or mass, and maintenance means retaining your current physique. A quick tip about your app. Don't let your fitness watch sync or adjust your calories on the app. Don't add workouts into your nutritional app. Remove all of that. A good calculator is going to already incorporate that into your calories, so it gives you your macros based off of those numbers already. If your watch is syncing and adding more, or you're adding workouts to your app, all that's going to do is disrupt your progress by either giving you too many calories or subtracting too many calories. Both are detrimental in their own way to your progression. Macroing is an art, and if you like puzzles or crosswords, it can be pretty fun. Macroing allows a balance between your lifestyle and what your body needs to achieve its goals. So as you input food, you're going to learn more about the food you consume. You're going to learn which foods are easiest to hit your macros and which foods are quietly sabotaging you. Little hint, the processed foods, yeah, they're the ones making it harder to hit your goals. It's not, again, to say that we need to cut those out, but we should consume them more sparingly versus daily. I look at processed foods as more of a treat than what I live off of. Do I cut any of them out of my diet? No, not at all, unless I'm in a very strict phase where I really want to see results fast. Otherwise, if I get invited to a party, I'm going to have some beers. I'm going to eat whatever I want. Will this meal completely derail my progress? No, it's one night. Now, if I ate like that daily, multiple times a week, multiple meals in a day, that is where we run into a problem. When macroing, I often tell my clients to look at the days that are easiest and hardest and compare them. What makes them different? Do you have a busy job or you can't eat until late in the day and you're starving by lunch? Try prepping a lunch so that way you're not tempted by that food truck outside. Or try and get up a little earlier and have breakfast. Breakfast not an option because you already get up early, then have a drawer full of quick snacks, or maybe a protein shake that you sip on the way to work. All these tricks are great for satiating those hunger pangs. Another trick I tell clients is, do you have a vacation or a big event coming up over the weekend and you know it's going to completely be a calorie feast and you don't want to log? That's fine. What I suggest is normally adhering to your macros as closely and as strict as possible during the week. Heck, knock off an extra 10% of your total daily calories. Yes, you're going to be a little bit more hungry during the week, but that extra subtraction is going to be there for you to have more calories on that heavy night, that late night drinking and Del Taco at 2 a.m., or that wedding where you're eating and drinking all day. If you remember and refer back to our graph, we're looking at the average. So if we have multiple low days and then one extremely high, the average is still there. We're still within our green zone for the week. When should you adjust or relook at your macros? Well, if you've lost a good amount of weight, say 10 pounds plus, you definitely need to adjust. Let's say it's been about 30 days or a month and you've stopped seeing results and you're going through a plateau. Go through the following checklist and make sure you're not slipping in any areas of your nutrition. I'll go ahead and post that below so you can refer back to it and maybe save the image. But if you're not slipping in those areas, then it also might be time to adjust. We really want to make sure that we give our body plenty of time, because sometimes while it might look like we're in a plateau, things are happening behind the scenes. So don't be fooled by that, and definitely don't be ruled by the scale. This is not an accurate way to gauge weight loss. Stay away from the scale. We'll talk about better ways than the scale another time, but just try and remember patience with your nutrition and always refer back to the big three: persistence, accuracy, and flexibility. Bottom line, we're looking for balance. Each of us is different, okay, with different goals, different lifestyles, different psychological profiles on how we approach nutrition and our life. So we need to find what best works for us. Most of us have common goals. We want to be healthy. We want to look healthy, but we also want to live and have fun. And you can do all this with nutrition. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. You don't have to cut things out. You don't have to be 100% rigid all the time. I hope that these videos have kind of helped you start with your journey. Obviously, this is an incredibly complicated topic with lots more to talk about. I mean, this could be a 30-part series and we still wouldn't cover everything. So please feel free to comment below and I'll do my best to answer any questions as best as I can. This is The Gorgeous Gamer and I will see you next time.